Diddy and Ross, which they good buddies, okay? They're gay.
Who?
Both. Diddy and Ross.
Ross. Big homie. First of all, you know it love. Second of all, I got to call a spade when it's a spade. You say you did it for free. Everybody do it for free, Ross. Be mindful. You may never know who knows somebody, who kin to somebody, who saw what you posted. Because you gonna have to stand on business.
Rick Ross, a name well known for chart-topping hits and his powerful image in the rap scene, suddenly found himself caught in a strange and mysterious scandal. It all began innocently enough, an interview on the 85 South Show podcast, hosted by DC Young Fly, but no one expected that just minutes after sitting down, Rick Ross would abruptly stand up, excuse himself to use the restroom, and then completely vanish from the set. No warning, no goodbye, and no explanation for the crew. This action left the public wondering, why would a superstar like Rick Ross behave so strangely? And more importantly, what was he trying to avoid?
So it's just,
But then you
we could have those debates, we really could.
Teflon was off the chain.
I mean,
You know what I'm
and
saying?
I like the way you
Different
followed up
times.
hustling with pushing it. Like, how did you know to come right back on there?
Let me use the restroom one time and I'm gonna take this jacket off.
Let's do it.
Yeah, you can't.
Man,
you
stay
can't
tuned.
You can't take your foot off for nothing.
All gas.
Oh, I'm talking about for life.
Soon after, social media exploded. Rick Ross claimed he left because of a busy schedule, but DC Young Fly quickly refuted that, calling it a lie. From there, the back and forth began, pulling in big names from the entertainment industry, from Diddy to Cassie, and fueling a wave of theories. In today's video, we'll dig into this story, not just as a dispute between the celebrities, but as a possible cover for something far darker happening behind Hollywood's bright lights, right? After Rick Ross walked out of the 85 South Show taping, the atmosphere in the studio instantly grew tense. According to DC Young Fly, Ross had stepped out with a simple reason: to use the restroom and take off his jacket. But he never came back. It was a baffling disappearance without a note, leaving everyone in shock. Instead of staying quiet, DC decided to speak up. In a new interview, he insisted there was no urgent schedule at all. Ross left because he felt uncomfortable. The surprising part is that DC's team always respects their guests, avoiding any confrontational questions, especially for an artist like Rick Ross, whom DC had praised highly in the past. What offended DC and many in the black audience was this: Rick Ross had previously sat for the full.
Bro, I'm listening to you, Ross. I feel like you wanted to... Hey!
Shut the up.
I'm listening to you, Ross. I feel like you probably one of the best lyricists from the South that we got. You dig what I'm saying? Like, you poetic, bro. When I listen to your music, I think you put a lot of time in.
Ours on another podcast hosted by white prisoners, not avoiding a single question, even about his past as a prison guard, a topic that 85 South Show claimed they would never touch.
This is when it get insulting, because we the type of people that will never bring up nothing that we feel like that can be diminished to your career or anything. Because we some real...
Yeah.
The moment you leave our show, you went and did a podcast, a white podcast. You sat your ass right there for almost 2 hours.
And didn't leave.
And you talked. And the white folk asked your ass, was you a correctional officer?
Yeah.
We would have never asked you no that, and then
Right.
got respect for you.
Right.
And you sat right there and you answered that question so eloquently,
Right.
eloquently.
Eloquently, right.
You dig what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like it wasn't even disrespectful.
Yeah.
And then I get to sit back and watch that like, damn, what's the difference between them and
The
us?
stark difference in how Rick Ross treated the two shows raised the question: did he feel more at ease with white-led shows but couldn't face his own community? When criticized, Rick Ross posted a response video saying he came to the taping out of goodwill, took no appearance fee, and felt disrespected by the doubt cast on him. He even joked, "I wear a Gucci jacket just to not get to wear it again. Next time, at least have some lemon pepper wings ready for me backstage."
Look, bro, listen, man. I came to your podcast. I came for free, homie, no charge. I did it on Face, homie. I didn't ask you what your analytics was and this and that. I came on Face, homie, to show love. And don't make it like I walked off on you. I left early. Rose had some other things to do too. But guess what? I came for free. Wasted that nice ass Gucci jacket on that look, man. I couldn't even really wear my Gucci jacket again. But I did it for love. And next time I come for free, at least have me some lemon pepper wings. Stop at that. You heard me? But I came for free. I ain't charging you. You feel me? Don't talk about Rose other business. I came and did that. And what is the analytics? How the show doing anyway, man? I come back on it, and when I'm gonna walk off that the next time, and this bitch say, Rose, was I been? Of course not. You know when it's time to go. When it ain't no more chicken wings, man. They ain't smoking, man.
These half-joking, half-serious remarks didn't calm the situation. They only escalated it. DC quickly fired back. We had 100 lemon pepper wings ready. You just didn't stick around to eat them. From a small misunderstanding, the situation turned into a public clash, and behind it, there could be a chain of truths yet to be revealed. Just days after the video of Rick Ross leaving the podcast went viral, the story suddenly took a new turn. DC Young Fly unexpectedly posted a blurry clip, allegedly filmed at a secret party inside Rick Ross's Promised Land mansion. In the clip, everyone was dressed in white, with thick layers of soap foam covering the place. No one knew exactly what was going on, but it didn't feel like a simple pool party. What made the clip stand out was that all guests had to sign NDA letters, non-disclosure agreements, and surrender their phones at the gate. The dim lighting and heavy steam created a hazy atmosphere. In the video, one guest wore a metal bracelet with a unique symbol, which fans quickly noticed looked identical to one seen in paparazzi photos of someone close to Diddy. The timing of the clip's release made it even more intriguing. It was right when Rick Ross was promoting another pool party on August 2nd, hosted by none other than DC Young Fly. Ross inviting DC seemed like a counterstrike, and DC's clip appeared to be a warning shot. This wasn't just a war of words, it was a strategic battle. The online community began digging deeper into the connection between Rick Ross, Diddy, and the long-rumored secret parties. Allegations once dismissed as conspiracy theories were now being taken seriously, especially with Diddy's abuse scandals coming to light. The question arose, were these soap parties merely private gatherings, or were they the setting for underground activities? And Rick Ross, as the host, could he be hiding something behind that blanket of white foam? The tone of the story began to darken, no longer just celebrity drama. Many feared there were more clips yet to be revealed, more details locked away on private hard drives, and once the phone cleared, the truth could leave everyone stunned. After the soap clip began circulating, the online community didn't just focus on the images. They started digging into Rick Ross's past. One detail resurfaced: his controversial 2013 lyric, "Put Molly all in her champagne, she ain't even know it." A line that had once cost him multiple endorsement deals and brought heavy criticism. In the context of these suspicious soap parties, that lyric no longer felt like just a rap joke. It now seemed like a signal, a clue from the past. And what sent chills down people's spines was the thought, had someone been warning us all along? But no one wanted to believe it. From here, the name Jonathan Audi entered the picture. This man had been arrested in 2018 after opening fire at Trump National Doral in Miami. During the investigation, he made extremely disturbing claims that Diddy had forced him into becoming a sex slave, coerced him into satanic rituals, and that Rick Ross was also present at those events. Jonathan described an underground world in the entertainment industry where drugs, sex, and power were used to control people. He mentioned rituals at Bohemian Grove, a place often linked to Illuminati conspiracy theories. At the time, many dismissed Jonathan as mentally unstable, but now, after Diddy's scandal, his words were being reconsidered through a completely different lens. Jonathan also claimed he had contracted an STD from Diddy, had been filmed at private parties, and was forced to sign contracts he could never escape. He even named powerful lawyers protecting these dark secrets, including Kenny Masellis, whom Diddy later thanked at the BET Awards. As Jonathan's statements began aligning with current events, the public couldn't help but ask, could everything once dismissed as delusional actually be the forgotten truth? As more details came to light, a bigger picture began to form. This was no longer just a personal clash between Rick Ross and DC Young Fly. It seemed like a direct accusation aimed At the persistent dark corners of the entertainment industry, lavish parties with dim lights and thick white foam were no longer symbols of glamorous living, but of concealment. What was hidden beneath the music, alcohol, and soap bubbles could very well be the industry's darkest secrets. DC Young Fly chose not to stay silent. On the contrary, he stepped into the light, facing all the rumors head-on. During a livestream, DC appeared with a trembling voice and red, teary eyes. He couldn't hide his emotion, but he still spoke with strength. What he shared was no longer centered on Rick Ross. It was a broader warning, deeply personal in tone. DC revealed that what hurt him most wasn't words from strangers, but from people he once considered brothers. After he shared the clip, some within his inner circle turned their backs, mocked him, ridiculed him, and even publicly made fun of him on social media, though he didn't name names. DC clearly knew who they were. He simply issued a quiet warning. You can say whatever you want, but make sure you have the courage to face me if we meet in person. That statement felt like a wake-up call to the entertainment world. DC said he grew up in a time when if you dared to say something, you also had to be ready to take responsibility for it. He believes social media had made many people delusional, thinking they didn't have to face the consequences of their words. But in real life, things could still get you slapped in the face. The important thing is, DC wasn't just some amateur YouTuber making up stories for views. He had been at the heart of the entertainment industry's power circles. From working with 85 South Show to collaborating with Diddy's Comb Enterprises, attending strategic meetings with Revolt TV, and even being personally invited by Diddy to perform at a major show in Washington, D.C. DC wasn't an outsider. He had been part of the system, standing alongside the very people now under suspicion. When DC released the soap party clip, it wasn't a rash act of someone feeling disrespected. It was a warning shot, a clear message to those who thought they were safe behind NDA letters and stage lights. The story was no longer just entertainment drama. It had become an inside expose on the industry itself. DC, once part of the machine, was proving that if he chose to speak, the curtains on every stage would have to come down. After the soap clip was released, the industry's power players didn't just sit back. Countermeasures began immediately. Legal-sounding emails were sent to various platforms. Organizations that had previously remained silent started demanding posts be taken down, videos deleted, and used legal clauses to apply pressure. What was suspicious was that they didn't deny a single specific detail from the clip. They didn't dispute the presence of any individual, didn't comment on the bracelet, and most notably, stayed completely silent about the NDA letters. On top of that, social media platforms began flagging accounts that reposted the clip. Many channels saw reduced engagement, age restrictions, or even had their videos removed simply for using the word alleged in the title. No one said it outright, but everyone understood. Someone very powerful wanted this story erased entirely. Yet DC Young Fly didn't back down. He continued to stand firm, because he knew one thing: once the public had been alerted, any attempt to bury the truth was pointless. At this point, the story was no longer in DC's hands. It had reached the community, the viewers. We're living in an era where the line between truth and lies is thinner than ever. Things once dismissed as rumors or conspiracy theories are now starting to take shape. No one knows exactly what is being hidden behind the stage lights, but the puzzle pieces are beginning to fit together, from Rick Ross to Diddy to the soap parties and the seemingly crazy testimony of Jonathan. Audi. The most frightening part isn't just what's happening now, but what may have been happening for years without anyone daring to speak up, because they feared being silenced, threatened, or worse, feared no one would believe them. But when one person stands up, then two, then three, silence is no longer an option. If you're still watching at this point, it means you haven't turned your back on the truth. You care, you're listening, and you want to understand what's really going on behind the glamorous curtain of the entertainment industry, and that's exactly why this channel exists. To tell the stories others want to hide, to connect the dots someone tried to scatter, and to keep the flame of truth alive. If you believe what's being revealed is important, don't keep it to yourself. Share this video. Every share, every comment, every subscription, it's all a concrete action against silence. And most importantly, keep your mind sharp, because in this world, not everyone wants you to know the truth. See you in the next video, where we'll continue to uncover stories that have never been told and ask the questions no one wants to answer. This is no longer showbiz, this is reality. And reality must be looked straight in the eye.